Welcome to the Evaluating Information Resources video. Today you will learn how to evaluate resources by using a simple acronym. For the most part, most students will have to do some sort of research for their discipline, whether it be creating a lesson plan based on well-established research, writing a literature review, creating an annotated bibliography, or doing a full research paper or a thesis. A lot of us may use databases and limit our search results to only scholarly and peer-reviewed materials because we know they are credible. However, some of us may want to use different resources, like books, media, or even something we found off the internet. So how can we tell if these works are credible? Thankfully, there were some scholars before us that have also had this question and created a simple acronym to remember when evaluating resources. Evaluating information sources is an important part of the research process. Not all information is reliable or true, nor will all information be suitable for your paper or project. It's your duty when writing to make sure you are picking information that is timely, relevant, authoritative, accurate, and purposeful to your topic. Before we begin, we're going to talk about primary and secondary sources. Primary sources are uninterrupted, original, or new material. Think an activist giving a speech or a scientist conducting original research. Primary sources are first-hand and not interpreted by anybody else. They offer a personal point of view and are created by witnesses of or participants in an event. Sources that present new research, original conclusions based on the research of others, or an author's original perspective are more helpful and effective for your needs. They allow you to interpret the information rather than relying on the interpretation of others. This is why your instructors may require you to seek out original research for your assignments. Examples of primary resources are scholarly journal articles that report new research and findings, newspaper or magazine articles written soon after the event or a fact, court records, translation or an excerpt of an original document, art or music, autobiographies, manuscripts, diaries, speeches, and interviews. Secondary sources are information sources that interpret, include, describe, or draw conclusions based on works written by others. Secondary sources are used by authors to present evidence, back up arguments and statements, or help represent an opinion by using and citing multiple sources. Secondary sources are best for uncovering background or historical information about a topic and broadening your understanding of a topic by exposing you to others' perspectives, interpretations, and conclusions. However, it is better to critique an original information source yourself, so a primary source, if you plan on using it in your work. Examples of secondary sources are most books, including textbooks, documentary movie media reviews, analyses, newspaper or magazine articles written as historical, opinionated, or reflective accounts, commentaries, biographies, dictionaries, encyclopedias, and a research paper written by you. So why might all this matter? Well, it's going to affect the way you evaluate the information. For instance, and we will discuss this later, looking at the author is an important step in evaluating a resource. When reading about a person, so the autobiography, which is a primary source written by that person, it would be written by someone that actually lived through the events that are being written about. The biography on the same person is an interpreted piece on someone else's life. So when evaluating the author, not much thought needs to go into evaluating the autobiography author, right? They're the person that it's about. They lived it. But looking at the biography, a secondary source, a look at who the author of that biography is and what makes them an authoritative voice on the person needs to be looked into. Do they know this person, or do they happen to have a degree in the field we know this person to be associated with? Not only is there primary and secondary, but there is also scholarly and popular. Scholarly pieces are peer-reviewed articles or journals that are written by scholars. Peer review is an evaluation of a scientific, an academic, or professional work by others working in the same field, so your peers. Before being published in a journal, an article will go out to a committee of one's peers for evaluation. The peer review system exists to evaluate academic work and help improve the quality of published research. Scholarly articles will always cite their sources and provide that information for you as either a bibliography or footnotes. These are usually journals and books that you would find here in an academic library. Examples are journals such as the Journal of Neuropsychology or the New England Journal of Medicine, or books published from University Press. Popular resources are mostly non-peer-reviewed articles or pieces that are written by a professional writer, but a writer that is not an expert in the field. You will rarely find details about the sources they got their information from, and there will be no reference list. Popular sources can be books and magazines, and you can find these materials at for-profit places like a bookstore. You can also find them in your local public library. Examples of popular media are Wikipedia, CNN, People magazine, best-selling books, or books that are published by Random House or Penguin. It's all a trap. It's not really a trap. We're going to get to the main point of this presentation. How do I evaluate information? California State University has this wonderful, easy-to-remember acronym, TRAAP. So let's break it down by each letter. Timeliness. Timeliness is going to look at the timeliness of the information. So is it current? Questions you might want to ask in addition are: when was the information published or posted? Has the information been revised or updated? And is the information current or too out of date for my topic? Relevance. This is looking at the importance of the information for your needs. So, is it relevant to your topic? Questions you might want to ask are: does the information relate to my topic or does it answer my question? Who is the intended audience? And did I look at a variety of sources before deciding to use this one? Authority. This is looking at the source of the information. One question you might ask are: what are the author's qualifications? Other questions you might ask: who is the author, the publisher, the source, or the sponsor? What are the author's credentials or organizational affiliations if given? What other pieces has this author written? And does the URL reveal anything about the author or source? So looking at .com, .edu, .gov, .org, or .net. Accuracy is going to look at the reliability, the truthfulness, and the correctness of the information. Is information supported with evidence or references? Questions you might ask: where does this information come from? Is this information supported by evidence? Has the information been reviewed by anybody else? Can I verify any of the information in another source or from personal knowledge? And does the language or tone seem biased? Is it free of emotion? Do I notice any errors? Finally, purpose. Why was this information created? So is it objective? Is there any bias or agenda present? Other questions you might ask: what is the purpose of the information? Is it to inform? Is it to teach? Is it to sell? Is it to entertain? Or is it to persuade? Is the information a fact? Is it an opinion? Or is it a propaganda piece? Does the point of view appear objective and impartial? And are there political, ideological, cultural, religious, institutional, or personal biases? So this is TRAAP, and you will want to use it for almost any resource that you want to evaluate. If you have any questions, please let us know. You can reach us by phone at 636-949-4820, or you can email us at librarystc@lindenwood.edu. Thank you.